mindset call. So let's dive in. Today's June 19th. Little excerpt, and then I'll kind of break it down for us. Too many leaders, it says give encouragement. Too many leaders expect their people to encourage themselves, but most people require outside encouragement to propel them forward. It is vital to their growth. Physician George Adams found encouragement to be so vital to a person's existence that he called it oxygen to the soul. New leaders need to be encouraged. When they arrive to a new situation, they encounter many changes and undergo many changes themselves. Encouragement helps them reach their potential. It empowers them by giving them energy to continue when they make mistakes. Use lots of positivity reinforcement with your people. Don't take acceptable work for granted. Thank people for it. Praise a person every time you see improvement, and personalize your encouragement anytime you can. Remember what motives one person may leave another cold or even irritated. Remember what motives one person may leave another cold or even irritated. Find out what works with each of your people and use it. UCLA basketball coach John Wooden told his players who scored to give a smile, wink, or nod to the player who gave them a good pass. What if he's not looking? Asked a team member. John Wooden replied, I guarantee you he'll look. Even values encouragement and looks for it. Everyone values encouragement and looks for it, especially when his leader is a consistent encourager. Here's the takeaway. Look for opportunities to encourage your team or even someone today. So I worked my way through that. I read it. It's read, and hopefully you guys took something away from it. I'm going to break it down a little bit from what I kind of perceived it as. One of the things for me that stood out right away is oxygen for the soul. Right? Encouragement is oxygen for the soul. So anytime we can encourage, empower, speak life into those who we may see that stand out that need it, or that we feel like we're called to just even speak a word to of encouragement, right? It can be just listening and tuning into that and using discernment is huge. So that's one piece. And then, I think of the word empowerment, right? Empower, right? You're placing empowerment into someone else, and you're instilling that power and confidence and boldness into them, transfer from you to them, right? So that's what the importance of being filled, being dialed, being equipped, right? To empower. So, my phrase empower, equip, and affirm is something I try to abide by and go by and even teach and coach by. But empower you for what I see inside of you, equip you with what you need to get from point A to point B, and then affirm you and hold you accountable through the process. So it's pretty self-explanatory, but I think that it starts with empowerment, believing and seeing, helping you see what I see inside of you when it's sometimes hard to see what we see inside of ourselves. Because sometimes we have the narrative that tells us we're not good enough, or we're not strong enough, or we're not smart enough, or we're not equipped and qualified. Like, those are all lies and narratives that we've told ourselves sometimes for our whole life, and it's affecting our day-to-day. So the importance of having a leader that encourages you and empowers you can help you shift that mindset from a lack, from a scarcity mindset into even an abundance mindset, right? Or just from a negative to a positive perspective. Perspective shift is everything, right? When we shift our perspective from the positive to the negative, we see it through a totally different lens. We're able to see it from a lens of the high level, and even seeing it from how God sees us versus how we see ourselves, which sometimes can feed into those lies of even the enemy telling us that we're not good enough, we're not strong enough, we're not smart enough, whatever it may be in the case and scenario that you're in, whether you're an athlete, whether you're a business owner, whether you're just have a 9 to 5 that you stay consistent and stay persistent in, leadership encouragement is for you to look for opportunities today to encourage your team or even just someone around you. To share even your story, one piece of encouragement that you've learned today that you can pass on to someone else.